Kia ora and welcome everyone. My name is Sasha Webb and I'm part of the team here at the Young Enterprise Trust. Thank you for tuning in to this webinar. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will be taking you through the key features of the Trust's Resource Centre website and giving you helpful tips on how to get started with your enterprise and financial education programs. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce Helen from Magpie Media, who will talk you through the technology for today's webinar.
Great, thanks Sasha. Hi everybody. So as Sasha mentioned, I'm Helen Garner from Magpie Media and I'll be managing the webinar platform this afternoon and hopefully keeping things running smoothly during Sasha's presentation. So I'm just going to show you how you can interact with our webinar today using your control panel. And if you look towards the right of your screen now, you'll see that you've got a control panel just like the one on the slide in front of you. So there'll be a question and answer session at the end of today's webinar, and you can send through your questions for Sasha at any time. So to do this, you just type them into the questions box, which is located at the bottom of your control panel, and you can see that I've highlighted this by the blue oval on the slide. If you have any technical issues that you need help with, just send me a message via the questions box or raise your hand for attention and I'll do what I can to help you. So to raise your hand, if you look now at the group of icons sitting on the left-hand side of your control panel, which is highlighted by the red oval on the slide, this is the area that we call the Grab tab, and it's effectively a mini control panel. So you can collapse down the large one and just and interact with us from that small one today. The bottom icon on that Grab tab is a hand with an up arrow, and by clicking on this with your mouse, your hand will be raised. If you have any issues with your internet connection and drop off from the broadcast, or you find that you've exited by mistake, sometimes by using that small cross up in the right hand corner, you'll take yourself out of the live session. Just use your original access link to join the webinar again. Our session is being recorded and will be made available to you for later viewing. So to help minimise any interruptions to the presentation, as Sasha just very kindly demonstrated for us a moment ago with the little reminder pop-up. Thanks for that, Sasha.
You're welcome.
You might want to take a moment now to ensure that any programs you have open on your computer that might upload or download or pop in during the broadcast, that these are closed. So I'll hand you back now to Sasha and enjoy. Thanks.
Brilliant. Thanks, Helen. As Helen mentioned, we do encourage you to use that chat box, so if you do have any questions, there is no such thing as a stupid question in these sessions, and we will do our very best to answer those questions at the end of today's session, and if there's anything we can't answer, our support team will figure out the answers to those questions and send those details through to you in the next day or so. All right, let's get started. Our aim here at Young Enterprise is to help teachers inspire, educate and transform students through enterprise experiences. Now we offer a range of enterprise programs. We also have financial literacy resources, and to encourage students to take part we have a number of national and international competitions. I know many of you are probably familiar with our range of programs, but for those of you who are new to working with us, we have programs for students of all ages, from primary right through to senior secondary. So we begin with the PREP program, which is available for students in years 1 to 8, and that's where they can set up their own small functioning community and they take part in market events throughout the year. Pick Up and Go. The Pick Up and Go series is a new set of resources that is available this year for the first time, again for students at years 1 to 8, as you can see. This is a range of cross-curricular activities designed to be delivered within 4 to 6 weeks, which help you develop enterprise and wrap financial capability around regular school events. So what we've done is develop a series of resources around running a school gala, having a school garden, holding a school camp, those kind of regular activities that are there quite often in the school calendar, and we've created resources that you can wrap around that event, that project, to help the students develop their enterprise skills as well. The Junior Enterprise Challenge is a 3 to 4 day facilitated program where 2 of our presenters come in and work with your students, and that is again designed to introduce students to the concepts of enterprise and financial education. Then we move into the Community Enterprise Program, which is a really popular option and has been for many years. It has changed slightly this year in that it's now available for younger students to take part in. So as you can see there, it is for years 4 to 10. Community Enterprise Program involves students looking at their local community and finding a not-for-profit or a charity group that they are passionate about. They then connect with that charity group and look at the problems that that group may have and come up with a way to solve one of those problems. For some schools, they like to end it at that point where the students have gone through the exercise of figuring out how to solve that problem, and for other schools or teachers, they choose to have the students follow through, so they may fundraise or run a one-off event or something like that, which helps the organisation to solve the problem that the students identify. It's a really great way for students to connect with their local community groups. Enterprise Studies is an oldie but a goodie. It has been around for many, many years and is available at years 9 and 10. So Enterprise Studies basically is made up of 2 modules where students look at how to think big, how to think like an enterprising person, how to be an enterprising person, what does an enterprising person look like, and then they go from there and put their plans into action at a market day. Very popular and is often run as part of a social sciences course or a half-year enterprise course. For Year 10 students, the Dairy NZ Get Ahead Challenge is a great option. It takes approximately 4 to 6 weeks to teach, and it is actually a marketing challenge which looks at the careers that are available in the agriculture and primary industries, and then encourages the students who are involved to come up with a way of marketing those different roles to their fellow peer groups. It's a really interesting option, and students seem to get a lot out of that one as well. The ever-popular BP Business Challenge is run for Year 11 students. Like our Junior Enterprise Challenge, this is a facilitated event where we send 2 presenters in to your school. We take over the school hall and we have up to 80 students taking part in the entire 3 days. The students form small teams, they each take on a role within the team, they come up with a creative product, and at the end of the 3 days they present their research and their product pitch to a panel of local judges. The Young Enterprise Startup Program is available for students at Year 11. This was introduced last year and it aligns with the Level 1 Business Studies Achievement Standards. It enables you to, or enables the students to run a one-off business activity which often can culminate at your market day. And then finally, of course, we have our flagship program, the very first program that we began 3 years ago, the Lion Foundation Young Enterprise Scheme, which is for your Year 12 and 13 students. It is an experiential business program where students set up a real company, create and sell real products or services, and make a real profit or loss. And that particular program aligns with the Level 2 and 3 Business Studies Achievement Standards. As well as our enterprise programs, again just a quick overview, we have a number of financial education resources that you are welcome to use as well. When we say financial education, we are talking in a personal financial education sense, so we are helping students learn how to manage their own personal finances as opposed to a business perspective. So again, at the primary level, we have a number of board games. 9 different games are available to help students learn how to make informed decisions about using and managing money. There are a number of storybooks available for primary students as well, which look at the concepts around managing finances. There are units of work available for students in years 1 to 8. Those are teacher-led units of work which are focused on the concepts of earning, saving, spending and sharing money. You'll see there that we have web quests as well. Now those are online challenges. There is one designed for primary students and one designed for secondary students. Those usually take about 3 to 6 hours to work their way through. They don't need to be completed all in one set period of time. They can be broken up over a few days. The primary one looks at what's involved in having a pet and from a financial perspective, and the secondary one looks at buying a car. The Hot Topics series is new this year and has been introduced in response to a lot of comments from teachers around the country. It is a number of individual modules and you can use 1, 2, 5 or all of the modules. There's 11 in total. They are designed again to help students develop their financial capability and make informed decisions. The topics are on things like getting your first job, going flatting, getting started with insurance, what's involved in KiwiSaver, those kind of topics which students, particularly those who are exiting training or education and going into the workforce, those sort of skills that they will hopefully need and use in the next few years. You can use as many as you like of those resources out of the 11, and if you want to use all of them, there is also an integrated case study available which kind of blends the whole lot of them together. And then as you can see there, we have a number of KiwiSaver packages as well available, primarily designed for your year 12 to 13 students. If you aren't working in the Hot Topic series, then the KiwiSaver packages are a great option for you. So if you'd like to use any of our resources, and I do just want to reiterate that they are all available free to teachers throughout New Zealand, the first thing you need to do is sign up with us. So if you visit our website, which is youngenterprise.org.nz, you'll see a tab on the top there which the arrow is pointing to, the Professional Development tab. If you click on that tab, there will be a range of drop-downs available there, and the one you want to click is the one that says sign up for free resources. It'll then take you to the page you can see here on screen. There are 3 different options for you in terms of forms which you can complete to sign up, and the reason there are 3 is because we have so many different resources available. The first option is listing all of our primary and intermediate resources and programs. The middle one, as you can see in that red box, is showing the secondary resources and programs. But if you do teach perhaps in an area school or you're homeschooling students and you have students who cross over both primary or intermediate and secondary, you can click that third option which will show you every single resource that we have available. It is slightly longer and cumbersome, that third option, but by all means, if that's what suits you best, you are more than welcome to use it. If at any stage you're not sure or can't remember what it is we offer, then just below the red box there you can see a blue link which can take you to a full list of our programs and resources. You may be wondering why you need to sign up, and it's a question we get quite regularly, and the answer is very simple. We constantly work to update and improve our resources right across our programs, and the important thing is to make sure that we give you the most up-to-date and available resources so that you're using the latest, greatest version. For us to be able to do that, we need to keep in touch with you regularly. The other thing, of course, is that we work very hard to ensure that these resources are available free to all teachers throughout New Zealand, and as a charity we're only able to provide those free resources thanks to the support of our funders and sponsors. And in return, what they ask for is to know the number of teachers and students that are using the resources, so that's why we ask you to sign up with us. On the screen now, I've got the third option of the resource sign-up process. So if you're teaching students mixed throughout years 1 to 13, this is the page you will see on our website. It's very straightforward, and even this one, the longer one, shouldn't take you any more than 2 to 3 minutes to complete. So we'll ask you there for your contact details, and we'll ask you for which school you are working within. And then if I switch to the next slide, for each of the programs or resource collections that we have, you will be asked if you want to use that particular resource and what year group you'll be using them with. So many of our resources are designed to be used across a range of year levels, and it is interesting for us to be able to note where the demand is. If you can give us a rough estimate of the number of students that will be involved in that program or using that resource, again, that would be really helpful for us. If you don't want to use a particular resource, you can just skip all of those questions and go to the next heading. You can see there that the headings are in green, so the first one there is asking about the enterprise programs that are available at primary, and then the second one is asking about the community enterprise program, which is available at primary and intermediate level. Right at the bottom of the form, you'll see a button which says send my information to Young Enterprise Trust. So make sure you click that before you jump out of the site. That sends your form through to us, and you will also receive a copy in your inbox as well. So then you'll receive a second email from our support team which will give you a unique log-on to our resource centre, and you should get this 1 to 2 days after you sign up. We try to do it as quickly as possible, but it just varies depending on how many teachers are signing up in any one day. So that's how you get access to the resource centre. Let's go through how to log on to it. The Resource Centre holds literally hundreds of resources. For 2014 we have limited the access to just teachers. We are looking at ways of allowing students access to the Resource Centre in future years, but for now it is designed purely for teachers to access the resources because of the assessment sections that are available in there. Quick note, if you are teaching the Lion Foundation Young Enterprise Scheme, there are a number of resources that are designed specifically for students, so those are always available on the Yes page on our website. So teacher resources sit here, the student resources for that program are available on our website. As you can see, the web address is almost the longest thing in the world, resources.youngenterprise.org.nz. So type it in once and then bookmark it so you don't have to type it again. On the screen there is a shot of what the front page looks like. In the right-hand corner you can see a login button, and as you scroll down there, obviously we can't do that here in the webinar, but as you scroll down the page you can see the full list of all resource packages and programs that are available. The sorts of things that we have got in here include teacher manuals, units of work, podcasts, assessment and judgment statements. There are also student workbooks for the Young Enterprise Scheme, which align with the Level 2 and 3 Business Studies Achievement Standards. And as I said earlier, it is free for all New Zealand teachers and educators to use. So to jump in, you click the green link where it says login. So the support team will send you your login details and password. Your username is always using the convention your first name dot your last name. So mine, for example, is sasha.web, and you will be given a password in the email from our support team. That password is designed to be used once because obviously we don't want our support team to know everyone's password. So once you log in, the system will automatically ask you to change the password straight away to something that's personal to you. Word of warning, you need to include upper and lowercase letters and some numbers as well. If you forget your password at any stage, our support team can reset it for you, so just email them and they can organise that. Once you're logged in, you'll be directed to the My Home page. Now that is customised and personal for each user. So wherever you go in the Resource Centre, you can always get back to your home page easily. The link to your personal home page is always in the top left-hand corner, just under the Young Enterprise logo. The resource collections that you have access to are shown in the main body of the page. So that's the part you can see inside the red box on screen. To check out any of those resources, you just click on the link. So let's jump in and have a look at the PrEP resources, the Primary Enterprise Program resources. Here you can see all of the resources that are available for teachers who are using the PrEP program in their classroom. The resources are listed in the middle of the page, and there are many different file types available. So for example, you have Word documents, sometimes there are Excel spreadsheets, there may be PowerPoints that you can download and use in your classroom, often PDFs, links to video clips, all of that kind of thing. The content obviously differs for each program. You can preview those resources online in the Resource Centre, and then you can download them for use in your classroom. On the right-hand side of the page, there is a box titled Latest News. If there is information that we need to send out to all teachers using this particular program, we will send an email to you via the Resource Centre. Now that means you'll receive an email in your regular inbox, and the info that was sent in that email will also sit here in the news section in the Resource Centre. That's so that if you ever want to go back, if you delete an email from us and you want to go back and double check what has been said about a program, you can always log in here and get those updates listed chronologically in the Resource Centre news section. We do try to send as few of those emails as possible. We have taken your feedback on board that we were sending a significant number of emails out in previous years, so we do try to keep information brief and relevant for you so that we don't clog up your inbox. Here's another example. So this is the page in the Resource Centre for the Lion Foundation Young Enterprise Scheme. All resources that teachers need for this program are available here. Because there are so many resources, we do quite often sort them into folders. So as you can see there, there's a number of folders available on screen. If we jump into the one that says Business Studies Achievement Standards Updated, for example, then you'll see the following window. Now you can always navigate your way back using the breadcrumb at the top of the page. That's the series of links that starts with the words My Home, and it sits just under the Young Enterprise logo. This can take you back to your personal home page or to any page in between. Now just a quick note about downloading the resources. The way that your computer downloads the resources will depend on the type of computer and the internet browser that you use. For example, when you click on a resource, you may get a pop-up window like the yellow one at the bottom of this page, where it asks you if you want to open or save the resource or cancel the download. Or some browsers will, as soon as you click on the resource, it will automatically download for you. Here's an example where you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen the resource has already been downloaded. I haven't been asked whether I want to open it or save it, so it downloads automatically. Now usually the options for downloading these files can be easily configured, but they are specific to your computer. We can't set it in the Resource Centre so that everyone accesses those in the same way. So if you're having any problems with downloading the resources, ask your school IT administrator for help, and if it isn't a download issue from that perspective, then by all means get in touch with us and we will see if there's something we can do to help. So as soon as you log in, you have access to all the resources you asked for when you completed that form. If you change your mind about which resources you need, so if for example you decide partway through the year that you are, as a secondary teacher, wanting to introduce some financial education hot topics into your program, then by all means you can email or get in touch with our support team and they can over the phone give you instant access to any of those new resource collections that you want to use. So again, just to reiterate, our support team, you can reach them by email, support@youngenterprise.org.nz. They're an awesome bunch here and they help keep us sane by doing so much of the administrative work, and they're very happy to connect with teachers right across the country. If it's urgent and you want an answer straight away, you can give them a call directly on 0457 00 452 and then press 1 to get through to the support team. I hope that that helps as a bit of an overview of the Resource Centre. I know that it is a relatively new system that we've introduced, and thank you for those of you who've given feedback on it. If there's anything you want to say or ask about it, we are always happy to help, and support team are just a phone call or an email away. So that's probably it from me. I just wonder if there are any questions that have come through, Helen. Are you there, Helen?
I am, sorry. I'm busy talking with my mute button on. Okay. I'll repeat all that, shall I? Right, Santiago is asking a question. Can you use the login and password from 2013?
Hi, Santiago. Very good question. If you have already been given a login in previous years, yes, you can, but what is important is that you still fill out the form that I showed at the start of the webinar, because you will currently have access to the resource collections you wanted in 2013. So if, for example, you're wanting access to a new collection, either fill out the form or get in touch with us directly, so that you can get access to the resource collections that are relevant for you for this year.
Great, thanks. And a question from Jeremy, just asking, when will the Year 9 and 10 Enterprise Studies resources be available?
Hi Jeremy, I am fairly certain that they are being lined up for delivery by the start of this term. I know that the team has been working on those over the holiday break, so I think, yeah, we had in a team meeting yesterday, they are aiming to have those available by early February for you.
Great, thanks Sasha. And a question from Fleur, how do you pick up another program that you've not previously registered for from the Resource Centre?
Sure, thanks Fleur. So it's very easy to do. If, for example, you are teaching one of our programs and you decide that you want to make use of another program or use some of our financial literacy resources, all you need to do is get in touch with our support team. So again, you can email them or you can contact them directly and let them know which resource collection you are wanting access to, and they can do that for you literally in a couple of seconds. They will want to know, they will want to have an idea of what year level you're teaching that new resource at. So if you can just have a think about that and let us know when you call or email in, that would be perfect.
Great. And some really good feedback about the site and the level of information that you shared with everybody this afternoon. So keep up the good work, Young Enterprise and Sasha.
Brilliant. Well, look, thanks guys, and again, we can only do our best if we are getting good feedback from teachers. So if we're doing things good, bad or otherwise, we're very keen to hear from you. We have broad shoulders.
Awesome. So if we are done for this afternoon, we'll sign off now.
Yep, brilliant. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Get in touch with us if you have any questions. Many thanks to Helen again at Magpie Media for hosting this webinar, and we look forward to working with all of you in 2014.
Fantastic. Thanks Sasha, and thanks everybody. I'll end the webinar for us this afternoon and I'll count you out now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.